In Kiangan, we call this the ginarit. Properly, for this one, it's called the intinlu because it's in 3 panels. So you also have 2-panel ginarit, which you call indinua. Now this is the only true Ifugao skirt because this is worn by all women from Kiangan to Asipulu to Ragawi to Ingaradid Mayuyawya. Ito ay original ang torgen di Ifugao. Yeah. So this is not a skirt for the nawotwot. This is the typical Ifugao skirt. Tepat na kakadangayan dia on their day-to-day lives da ya at ito usar da. Adi ka na maging dadalan karang paspasya ya sa mo gamit binubinayaom. Hindi ka na ito usar da ko. So this is the standard or this is the typical Ifugao skirt. So this is the only true Ifugao skirt because all Ifugao women wear this. So if you go to Banawe, they call in Union, they call this the bignalit. Kiangan and Asipulu, they call it the ginalit. Of course, if you go to Mayuyao and Ginaldo areas, it's called the finalit, and in the Ayangan areas. So this is a true Ifugao skirt. Now it has certain variation. It has certain variations also in the different municipalities. But these are more inventions, modern inventions actually, having especially in the Ayangan areas where you would have a mixture of the binarit and the other earlier forms of their skirts, like the more common use of the white striped skirts. Parang diyon na po na binarit na. So there are variations in the different areas as you see now, other than na klase-klase. Now, going back to what I've said earlier about the use of blue or indigo in our traditional textiles, the Mayuyas actually are using the royal blue now. So nearer actually to indigo. But of course, we don't have natural dyes for royal blue. So this should be duller. In Kiangan, you also use navy blue for your ginari. So at least it's in the same near the color spectrum of blue and indigo. Black is actually totally out of the spectrum. Yeah. So mas original to than the use of blue for your binari. So Mayuyaw somehow stuck with the original color or near the color spectrum. We also have working skirts like the Gargaret Get ang Canada. These are just lines, black and white lines. Usually 2 panels. And of course we have on Barbarubo di ang kinapian Banao. Also they call it also the Binali. But these are more recent inventions. And then here we have the different Ifugao skirts. Now the gamit or the kadangan skirts should be worn with the mayad. Mayad mawiyuhinay. So this hangs at the back of the female. Like because if you're during the performance of the uyaui or that which you call the wedding dance, yeah. I mean suot diyo babae lalaki mahapur mauwi-uwi. So from the nang tamo and nadan feathers na ya kay moon flow beads ng babae na from nadungdung na moon flow ito yung belt na mahapur moon flow ng damabodi ya ukuron di tinadangayan ang kananda tapno umayo kanang tinadangayan ang mapud kabunian ta umali tuddo ito pugaw kalangayanan ni penditago. So uy means to let it flow, the root word for your uya-uy word. Okay, so this may come in different whether they sabasabari no designs to mausar depende na hayo geographic area. So in the central Kiangan area, yan ang binituan dito sa the stars. The other areas, even including Asipul, would be using the Hinalibug Naribubu, yung haribubu, the floating fern, the sola, multitude. Everything is about multitude. Everything is about abundance. Kaya twin bears. So does that mean? And this thing is formed on the part of the woman were near to the womb. The fertility symbol ka rin dito eh. Tapos dekat man yung babareda kay haribubu, kinadakor na. Babareda kay bimitu kay mat na kay bituan ni kabunian ang dakorakor. Because again, children were considered treasures in the past. Advanite ya muno family planning dito tabi. So anything else? Of course, you have the arot. These are also worn by, especially in the central Ifugao areas and the young areas. They will be using this. But you'll be more familiar with this as saron nito after nun yung babae tayo binabae as a girdle. But these are also belts used in earlier times. Of course, the Mayuyaws have their own belts now. Nakin barko, ano yung susaro na doon, na shortcut ang maya di eh. Ito yung katikat na susaro mina eh, yung bodyboard mo. Shortcut po tuton, dati yan na namagan niya, ano pa, dati na dan short versions of the mayas to the barko, susaro ni doon. So basically, things change, depending on the practicality or utility of that particular object. These are all parts of culture change. Ano ba kata ko, original nito itong barko? Well, original na duwan eh. 50 years ago ya, bukan original na ito eh. Kung yung shortcut ng dinaya nandi. So, culture changes. It has to change for it to survive. Anyway, for the men, you also have na binuhuran, at dimetray ang ano ba yung binuhuran di Kadamyan, o binuhuran di Ikyangan, o binuhuran di Banawar, o binuhuran di Imayuyaw. Again, it's also it's a batch of identity. It's your way of identifying daan na bubring na tuwantuin, daan na karat na tuwantuin. So, these are the relevance of our textiles. Hindi tumano na naduani, it's important for our young people, for our young learners to understand the meaning behind our textiles. Kaya di kumpukumpur na, what they meaning na, there's meaning, there's purpose in the use of lines, in the use of colors, in the use of symbols. So number one hina is cultural identity. So the skirts of the Banawis are not the same as the skirts of the Kiaman people. But they're all Ifugaos. But somehow, siyempre aglanin kayo niya di mo, baka nung kamukha mo, nung ito anuhan tago ya, part Banawi ka, part Kiaman ka, part Ragawi ka, so nga dito din. Kapag nga mo invento ka, puminik sa manamin ng Torriera siguro. It's part of culture change. If you're a weaver and you become more inventive, mabalimit ang kung kakamuwang na liye. Diba? It's not prohibited by culture. So there, textiles as cultural identifiers is very important. It played a role in the social stratification of Ifugao society. Kaya mainiram nung ang tago of the lower class, a commoner or a kadamihan by the fabrics and textiles that they're wearing. But of course, it's not significant now because you're not using it. But it's nice to really understand how all these things started. Yes, questions? If you have any questions, we have the book on Ifugao textiles. Well, it's a coffee table book, but the staff, Jude, Stephanie will be providing you reading materials on Ifugao textiles.